The Des Moines Heritage Trust is a nonprofit organization formed to save historic buildings in the city of Des Moines that are endangered because of neglect or in the way of redevelopment. An award from A Community Thrives will positively impact our community by helping Des Moines Heritage Trust establish a trust fund to save historic Des Moines area buildings. Historical properties frequently are demolished because there is no organization to come to their rescue, or they are undervalued because it is just an old building. The Des Moines Heritage Trust intends to become the community vehicle to save local historic buildings through a combination of establishing a trust fund and a line of credit through the redevelopment of historic properties. Des Moines Heritage Trust's first project is an historic depot in the historic East Village of Des Moines. This project will be funded through a variety of programs and individual fundraising activities to create a home for Des Moines heritage organizations, including the Des Moines Historical Society, Lost Des Moines, the Des Moines Rehabbers Club, and many others. The former depot will be known as the Des Moines Heritage Center and will feature a new building constructed next to it which will operate as an event center. This center will be available for rentals and for historic organizations to provide educational and cultural programming. This property will become the first leveraged property to establish a line of credit to fund the purchase and rehabilitation of other historic properties. The second prong of funding is to establish a trust fund of available capital to quickly purchase properties before the wrecking ball falls. This trust fund would be seeded with funding from A Community Thrives, and further funded through fundraising, grants, and ultimately from proceeds of historic properties that have been restored and sold. The Des Moines Heritage Trust was formed in the last 6 months in response to the potential loss of the East Des Moines Union Depot built in 1909. Historic preservationists are frequently in a state of angst as another historic property is endangered because the property is being sold or in the way of development. In many cases, it is too late to come to the table to attempt to preserve or move the building because of lack of funds and an organization to provide the capacity. This is where the Des Moines Heritage Trust would step in to work with developers, the city, and property owners to work to save the historic structure. Through a combination of the trust fund leverage line of credit and developer contribution, which includes the cost of demolition and landfill fees, many historic buildings could be saved that would otherwise be demolished. This type of program could be replicated in many communities that are looking for ways to save their historic fabric. The Des Moines Heritage Trust looks forward to partnering with The Community Thrives and local historic organizations to share our history, deliver educational programming, and sustain our culture through the preservation of Des Moines historic buildings.